First garden tour of 2021. I've started this garden, I want to say back in January, but I'm finally getting around to filming it. First, this is the hangout area in my backyard, my grill. Here are my herbs. I planted the first set of seeds for these herbs in January. They're just now starting to sprout. I've come back and reseeded all of these with newer seeds from a more reputable company, so I'm hoping that I get some really good culinary herbs in the next couple months. So I've got thyme, oregano, sage. The cilantro is actually sprouting, as is the sage, parsley, and chives. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this container. These are cedar planters on legs. But right now I have borage and bee balm in here, and the borage is starting to germinate, but I might transplant these elsewhere and maybe fill this container with the like 7 or 8 different varieties of basil that I have growing inside under a grow light. Over here is some mint that my friend gave me from her garden, and that's where it's going to stay because I don't want it to spread too much and take over my garden. I have a little bonsai tree that I think was killed in an ice storm we had a while back, but it's still pretty. Over here I have a bunch of peppers and eggplants that just finished hardening off today. I started them inside under a grow light. And I have rosemary, and then 2 zucchini, and a lemon cucumber. Those 3 are gifts for friends of mine. I won't be keeping those. Here is the bulk of the garden. So right here is a compost bin. In here, that little one down there is rhubarb. These guys here in back are sunflowers. There was one more over here where that lump of potting soil is. But unfortunately it never germinated. I've got a volunteer onion, because in the center of this raised bed is a bunch of unfinished compost. So we've got a volunteer onion and a volunteer potato over here, and then that is a zucchini. So zucchini's coming along well. Here in the back I have Yadfa broccoli, and then 2 types of lettuce, which are the big green leaves. And then down there, the little red leaves are Chinese multicolored spinach. It's a variety of amaranth. Next, I have peas, which I can't get to bloom and actually make peas for me, so I gave them some fertilizer today. Some garlic, some kohlrabi, and then down here are leeks. The leeks are going to take most of the summer to grow, so I'm hoping like when I pull the kohlrabi out as I harvest it, that the leeks will then be able to grow up. Down here I have 2 different varieties of Chinese cabbage that I desperately need to thin because they are growing into each other. I used to have 2 varieties of bok choy, and there's one still down there. It's Hedo tiny bok choy. The other one was Purple Lady, but I've harvested it, and I'm going to sow carrot soon to take its place. And I'm also going to harvest the other bok choy soon. This is my artichoke. It's a Violetta artichoke that I started from seed over the winter, then transplanted out earlier this year. And this is my little fig tree. It has a little fig on it. The chicken wire is to keep the stray cats out of my beds. They have been using them as a litter box, so that is unfortunate. Next, I have a couple of tomatoes over on this side. So this is Brad's Atomic Grape, and this is Oregon Star, which is an indeterminate. It's my only indeterminate. The rest are all... Sorry, I have that backwards. It's a determinate. The rest are all indeterminate. Over here I have some wasabi that I'm trying to keep somewhat shaded. Then I have the rest of my tomatoes. This is a white tomasil, which was actually a free seed from Breaker Creek. And then this one is Indigo Rose. And lastly, Cosmic Eclipse. Then I have 2 cucumbers. This one is a Sikkim cucumber and a China Jade cucumber. I had a tiger melon in this container, but the bugs got it. I ordered some seeds for a couple of different varieties of melons, so I think I'm going to replace it when they arrive. Then I have a strawberry crown squash with a red noodle bean sprout and a yuxi jiang bingua, which is a Chinese squash that if you harvest it in the summer, you can eat as a summer squash, or you can let them harden into winter and then harvest them as a winter squash. I've never had them before, and I'm excited to try it, and it also has a little bean friend. So that is the state of my garden in the second week of May, 2021.